What's going on, y'all? This is Terrence Savon with OG Fight Club, where we give you the real on sports and sports entertainment, straight up and down. So we're gonna talk about Smackdown because that just happened yesterday. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with this walk up, y'all. So we had Royce Keys walking up, we had Cody Rhodes walking up. Royce Keys, I was mad instantly. As soon as I saw Royce Keys signing autographs, man, I was like, what is this man doing signing autographs? He ain't supposed to be no big teddy bear. He's supposed to be a dog. You know what I'm saying? Like he's supposed to be a beast. So what are you doing sitting here signing autographs? Now I know he's gonna sign autographs in real life. I get it, right? But I just didn't appreciate them showing him signing autographs at the beginning of this show, y'all. I just didn't like that. But anyway, we're gonna talk more about Royce Keys, man, because I feel some kind of way about Royce Keys. I have a strong opinion about Royce Keys, man. So I think y'all want to stay tuned to listen to my take. But let's go back to my boy Cody Rhodes, man. That's my boy because he's from Georgia. I'm from Georgia, and the Rhodes family has been a part of my family and my life, like forever, man. When I was a kid, I was watching his daddy, Dusty Rhodes. I was watching his big bro. I was watching Goldust. It was kind of weird, you know what I'm saying? But Goldust was on my television set, man, as a part of WWE back when it was WWF. If you know, you know. So anyway, let's get into it. So my boy Cody Rhodes was walking in, man. WWE always got to do their walk up. And then he ran into the Usos, Jimmy and Jay, right? And then Jay gonna come up to him and tell him, like, yo, I'm gonna win this King of the Ring tournament. It's going down tonight. I'm gonna win this tournament, right? Long story short, Cody was like, okay, cool. I think you deserve it. But I just hope that you ain't coming at me at this belt because your cousin, because Big Cuz, the big dog, the head of the table, Roman Reigns wants you to do it. I hope you coming at this belt. You coming for this belt because you want it, right? So it was like one of those moments where, I was like, ooh, dang. And then of course, they showed Jay Uso, that resonated with him, right? So he had like a few seconds, they zoomed in on him, and you could just see that his gears were turning, right, at that moment. And then Jimmy too, right? They're like, okay, right? He got a point, right? So you can just see some cracks already happening in the bloodline, right? Or maybe it's not a crack. I don't know. But it could be an omen, right, for things to come later, right? But we can talk about that more later. So anyway, the first match was this Fatal Four Women's Queen of the Ring, the Queen of the Ring qualifier between Jade, Cargill, Charlotte Flair, Sol Ruka, and Lyra Valkyria, right? So overall, it was an okay match. I mean, there were some botches, y'all. It was some weird moments with Sol Ruka. One particularly where she got up on a ring post with Charlotte Flair, and then it looked like she was trying to hit her with some move, right? But then she decided to go ahead and do a backflip out of it, which was cool for her to do it that way, and just kind of like, if you're gonna fall down, kind of just make it look cool, right? So she did that. But the biggest botch, y'all, in this match was Jade, y'all. So Jade lost her wig. Well, she didn't lose it, but it came off. Her wig slipped off at the top of the ring post, and the top turnbuckle. She was trying to, Charlotte Flair was up there with her. I think she was trying to suplex her or something, getting ready to do that, but she ended up pulling her wig. It came off a little bit, and then Lyra Valkyria got up there with her, and then you could just tell that both of them like, oh damn, we done messed this girl wig up. Let's give her some time, get her wig back on, right? So then she got her wig back on, right? And then they went ahead and did the little move off the top turnbuckle, came down, and then Jay's wig, it slid off again. So you may have already, like, if you're a wrestling fan, which if you're listening to the show right now, most likely you're a wrestling fan, right? Then you probably already know about this. You may have seen it yourself, right? But like the internet, like they're having a field day with this. They're having a lot of fun with this, right? Like showing, I seen like a zoomed in picture of her, right? Right when she made her face, she made this crazy face, right? Because I'm sure she was mortified. Like I'm sure she was like really, really embarrassed, y'all, because I heard that recently, like within the last couple months or so, she said something about if her wig came off in the middle of a match, it would be so damn embarrassing. And then it actually happened last night, live on Smackdown, man. So crazy. So anyway, but she wrestled the rest of the match, man. So hats off to her. No pun intended, but hats off to her for just wrestling the rest of the match. Like doing what she could, man. She had her hand on her head, holding her wig in place while she went ahead and continued the match, y'all. So, but prior to that, prior to her having that mishap, that botch with her wig, man, like she was looking real strong, man. She was looking real strong in that match, man. So I think they did a good job of making her look like the beast that she is. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. But I know that was hella embarrassing. She came out later on in a different match that we'll talk about later, where she had got her wig back on. It was secure, so she seemed to be fine, y'all. So I think she's okay. But anyway, uh, Charlotte won that match, y'all. She won with a figure eight, so I was happy that not that Charlotte won. To be honest, I didn't really care who won this match, but I was happy that she won with the figure eight and made Lyra Valkyria tap out instead of somebody winning with a roll up like the other match, right? The other four way where Liv Morgan won, right? Because Liv Morgan won with a roll up. So I'm tired of seeing these damn fruit roll ups. Don't nobody want to see that. We want to see finishers. Right, everybody, we don't want to see them damn fruit roll ups on all these damn shows, man. So again, so Charlotte Flair won. She's going to the next round. All right. So anyway, so let's go on to the next match, man. So we saw. Well, before we got to the next match, there was a vignette from Blake Monroe, still doing her thing. This one was specifically about Charlotte Flair, right? So they're talking about Charlotte Flair. So making it seem like there might be some feud brewing between them. Maybe she'll finally make her when she finally make her debut. It might be during the Queen of the Ring tournament, man. So don't be surprised if she come out and she interferes with that match and causes Charlotte Flair to lose her match. But anyway, we had Brie Bella and Paige taking on Fatal Influence. That was the second match, right? So there was a surprise roll up in this match, right? So I ain't gonna talk about it too much, y'all, because again, I don't like these damn surprise roll ups. They get on my damn mood, get on my damn nerves, y'all. So like I said last upload, man, these damn surprise roll ups, they do too damn many of them, and it's like the surprise roll up is so damn devastating because people can get hit with like all these damn finisher moves, man. You can get hit with like 50-11 F5s. You can get hit with like 2 or 3 crossroads, about 5 or 6 down RKOs and kick out of them, man. But if somebody roll your ass up, oh, it's over. It's a wrap, man. You don't stand a chance. But anyway, so that match ended with a fruit roll up. And what made it so bad, y'all, is that like Brie Bella, she rolled Paige over to one of the young ladies from Fatal Influence. I don't know their names. But anyway, one of the young ladies from Fatal Influence rolled Paige up for, did a little surprise roll up. But the referee wasn't paying attention. And then Brie Bella rolled Paige over on top of the girl from the Fatal Influence. And then the referee didn't notice right away, right? So like 2 or 3 seconds went by before he finally turned around, saw what was going on, and then hit the mat and counted to 3, y'all. So it was really like a total like 5 or 6 seconds that Paige had this young lady from Fatal Influence in a damn surprise roll up, y'all. I told y'all that surprise roll up is fatal. It's a fatal move, y'all. So it's crazy. But anyway, so the next segment we saw Sami Zayn in the back talking to Johnny Gargano and his wife about what's going on. Johnny Gargano just doing the same old, same old. We ain't gonna talk about this a lot, y'all, because this gimmick, this storyline with Johnny Gargano has to be the dumbest storyline I've ever seen, y'all. Well, next to what's going on with Danhausen, but this Johnny Gargano storyline, y'all, with him just laying around on his stomach, like, it's just stupid. It's so stupid. It's like, man, it's trash. It's so trash. Move on, do something. Clearly, y'all ain't got nothing to do. Y'all ain't got nothing for Johnny Gargano to do because all you're doing is just laying around backstage. It is so corny, y'all. We got to do something better. But anyway, there was a segment with backstage with The Miz and Danhausen because The Miz got electrocuted a little while ago, and now he's doing this dumb gimmick where he's just saying a lot of his catchphrases over and over. So he's like a zombie. He's like a mindless zombie right now. Not gonna talk to y'all too much about that. It was so lame, y'all. If you liked it, let me know. Let me know in the comments, y'all. If y'all like this, what's going on with Miz and Danhausen. it was cool when it first started, but at this point, it is just so corny. But hopefully, hopefully they have a good plan with this. But anyway, but let me know in the comments, y'all, what y'all think about this because I think it's so dumb. But anyway, so I like Sami Zayn. I like the story that he got going on with Cody Rhodes, y'all. I like that. So Sammy got this last real good guy. Talking about everybody being a ride or die with him and stuff like that. His day ones, y'all. So, but he came out, he talked, he did a little promo, and then of course he invited Cody Rhodes out. So Cody Rhodes came out, and then they ended up slapping each other, y'all. So I was like, oh damn, they about to fight. So first, Sammy ended up, he slapped Cody, and then Cody. It took him a little while, but then he finally slapped the taste out of Sami Zayn's mouth, and then Sami Zayn left the ring, y'all, and then he ain't want no smoke, so he gonna grab a chair. He gonna grab a chair and then get back, like he gonna get back in the ring, man. So that was weak, y'all. That was weak. That was a punk move right there, man. But yeah, so Sami Zayn go grab a chair. He got the taste slapped out of his mouth by Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes told him as long as he have that belt, he'll never get that belt. He'll never have it. So anyway, I like what they're doing. I like this feud with Sami Zayn and Cody Rhodes. And it's got a few layers to it. I like the build up. I love Sami Zayn. I just love both of these athletes. I love both of these superstars. So again, I like what they got going on. So anyway, but next we saw Jacob Fatu, man. So he came, pulled up on Solo Sikoa talking about Roman Reigns sent him to bring him back to the bloodline. Long story short, Solo Sikoa was like, man, look, go tell Roman Reigns, tell Big Cuz if he want me to come back to the bloodline, he can go get me himself. So I think this might be an Easter egg. This might be them kind of planting that seed of like, okay, well, now something's going to happen with the bloodline, right? Where I don't know if Solo Sikoa is going to come back. Maybe they're going to join the bloodline with the MFTs. Maybe the NFTs and the bloodline going to feud. I don't know. But you can see that they're doing something, right? They're trying to do something. And maybe they're going to take it a different route that we didn't expect, right? I hope so. One can only hope. But anyway, so I thought that was cool to see Jacob, pulling up on Solo Sikoa, and they had that little conversation. So that was cool. But anyway, next we saw Ray Phoenix take on Axiom, and it was a good match, y'all. But the crowd was so damn quiet. You could hear a pin drop, man. So there were a couple moments where they reacted, but I'm just saying, like when both of these superstars came to the ring, right? Like it was just so quiet. Like it just goes to show that the WWE fans, y'all, the WWE universe, they just do not appreciate the skill of these luchas, y'all, of these luchadors. They do not appreciate the skill. Now, AAA is one thing, man. AAA, I mean, of course, they get a lot of love there, whatever, right? They're amazing, but the crowd of like the main show, SmackDown and Raw, just they do not value the skill of these athletes, y'all, and they put on such amazing shows for us, and so it's disappointing to me to just see that the crowd is just so quiet and they just don't care, right? It just goes to show y'all that the WWE universe, like we care more about the story than we do the skill. So anyway, so that was disappointing that nobody reacted to it, but they put on a good match. Your boy Trick Williams came out. He came out with Lil Yachty, of course. So it's cool to see Lil Yachty is still hanging around. He had they say diamond crusted Kento stick, but I think it was it was a rhinestone stick, but whatever, right? But you can just tell he take the role serious. He's really into it. I like that. I think he's doing a good job. But did y'all see that kid who Trick Williams spotted, who had the fur coat? He had the fur coat and the shades, y'all. Just had this little kid, man. He had so much riz, and it made for such an epic moment when Trick Williams stopped and acknowledged that kid. Dapped him up. Hung out with him for a few seconds, man, and just made this kid's day, y'all. So I just thought that was so awesome, man. Like we need more of that. I love that. Yeah, I just think it's so awesome when you're able to see the superstars connect with the crowd, with the fans, and things like that, especially in a moment like that, y'all. So I just thought it was epic. Yeah, it was dope. It was pretty dope. But anyway, Trick Williams come down to the ring. He gets interrupted by Ricky Saints, who gets interrupted by Carmelo Hayes. And then they proceed to fight over who's going to compete for the U.S. title, that Trick James currently has. So it was like it was not much to this segment. It was pretty quick, only lasted a couple minutes. But anyway, they ended up fighting. They brawl. Trick Williams got knocked out of the ring. He came back in, and then he beat it. He tossed one of them out. He tossed Carmelo Hayes into the ring post, and then he ended up knocking out uh, Ricky Saints. So yeah, nothing to it. The best part of this was when he connected with that fan with the fur coat and the shades, y'all. So that was epic. Anyway, next match was Tiffy time in Chelsea against Michin and B-Fab. And this match was kind of shaky. It was kind of shaky. Okay, so there were a couple botches. Tiffany's strategy botched really, really early, trying to do something off the top turnbuckle. Her footing was off, right? So no, not a big deal, right? But it happened pretty early into the match, right? Like not even 30 seconds into the match that happened. But anyway, Jade's clique, I call them the Mean Girls, they won because Jade Cargill came out, interfered, whatever. But Michin hit Chelsea with the Styles Clash for the 1-2-3. It was all right. Moving on, I saw Tama Tonga saw Finn Balor, welcomed him to SmackDown because if you don't know, Finn Balor is now on SmackDown. So this is interesting to me, y'all, because they're both former members of the Bullet Club. Like, I love to see the Bullet Club in WWE. What do y'all think? Do y'all think the WWE would just fumble the Bullet Club and just make it a joke? I love to see them in WWE. I was hoping that we could have the Bullet Club in WWE when AJ Styles was still around. I'd love to see AJ Styles with Finn Balor, Tama Tonga, and then a couple other members. Cody Rhodes is a former member of the Bullet Club, right? I'd love to see them form a WWE version of the Bullet Club. And then maybe they could take on the Bloodline. I think that would be dope. Maybe have the MFTs join the Bloodline and then take on the Bullet Club. I think that would be a good feud. That would be dope. You could even have one on Raw, one on SmackDown, and occasionally, they come together and put on some good matches, right? So, but anyway, next we went to this 4-way King of the Ring qualifier with Jey Uso, where he brought the heat back, y'all. A couple episodes ago, I was talking about Jey Uso. I'm like, man, did he retire to yeet? Because he ain't done it in a while, right? Like every now and then you see him, the crowds want to do it. He'll fight it, right? Sometimes he'll give in. But today he went, full send, yeet, you know what I mean? So he came in from the top, right? Like he liked to do through the stairs, stop, let a couple kids yeet with him, whatever, right? So that was cool. So it was good to see it come back. But I just wish he'd make his mind. I wish WWE would make their mind up about what he want to do with the yeet, man. Just do it or don't do it, right? Like do it or retire it, right? Pick a side, damn it. Pick a side. Anyway, but it was Jey Uso, Finn Balor, LA Knight, and Royce Keys was in this fatal 4-way, right? So Royce Keys, man, like he came out. It was pretty quiet, so clearly he ain't connecting with the crowd yet. I told y'all earlier he was signing autographs, right? So people like Royce Keys. People love Royce Keys, man. Like, he's a great entertainer, great athlete, whatever, man. But he just ain't connecting with the crowd just yet, right? But let's see what WWE does, man. So hopefully they do not fumble him, man. But anyway, when everybody got to the ring, LA Knight came out, y'all, and it was a funny moment where he did what Jey Uso be doing, where he be talking about running it back. So LA Knight, they had his music playing. He come do his LA Knight, yeah, do his little thing, right? But then he talking about let's run it back. So doing like Jey Uso, making fun of Jey Uso, mocking him. And then he proceeds to go to the ring post, get up there, and Jey Uso was like, nah, man, we ain't running nothing back. We ain't having that. So he pulled him back down, hating on LA Knight. He don't want him to do like him. So then the match started, right? So, but anyway, overall it was a good match. It was a good match. There was a botch, LA Knight had a botch, man. I heard somebody say, is LA Knight gonna botch? Yeah. Well, yeah, he did last night, but it wasn't it wasn't like a big botch, right? It wasn't that bad. And honestly, it might not have even been all his fault. It could have just been like a timing thing between him and Royce Keys, because Royce Keys was like trying to suplex him, and then LA Knight does this thing where he like reverses, he kind of slips out of that suplex, lands on his feet, and then hits a net breaker, right? And so he tried to do that with Royce Keys, and they kind of like slipped a little bit, so he fell. He got up, and then they just tried to improvise. But by that time, it was like obvious. It was an obvious botch, right? So, but again, it wasn't horrible. It wasn't horrible. It was probably just like a timing miscommunication thing. Again, Royce Keys is new to the roster, right? So it could have just been that, right? Not trying to blame it on him. But anyway, Royce Keys looked real good in this match, y'all. He looked real strong. I enjoyed the match overall. He looked good until he got that power bomb through the table. So Finn Balor, LA Knight, and Jey Uso, they decided clear the table off. Let's power bomb his big ass through this table, and then we get rid of him. And then what I'm saying, we can go ahead and we can get back to it, right? And just make it a 3-way instead of a fatal 4-way. So they did that, but Royce Keys, like after a few minutes, he recovered from the power bomb. He got back into the match, but Solo Sikoa came down. He tried to help Royce Keys, but it ended up backfiring. Jey Uso won the match because he did a splash onto LA Knight and Royce Keys, right? So Jey Uso won with the splash from the top rope. 1, 2, 3. He moving on to the next round, y'all. So overall, y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all. Overall, I thought it was mid. I thought it was mid, man. Like it wasn't, honestly. SmackDown was not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. I totally underestimated it. I totally thought it was gonna be a full waste of my time. Total waste of my time. There were some good moments. There were a lot of bad moments, right? But overall, it was a decent show. Like there was some storytelling in there that I enjoyed. There were a couple good matches and a couple good moments in those matches that I enjoyed. But overall, it was a mid show, y'all. It wasn't great. It wasn't bad. It was just meh. Um, I like the Cody and Sami Zayn feud. Again, like I really like that. The layer with Gunther is kind of weird, if I'm being honest. I think next week, Gunther is gonna have a match with Cody, and Sami Zayn is gonna be the guest referee. So that should be interesting. But we already know Sami Zayn is gonna interfere, right? We already know it's not gonna be like a fair match, right? Like we just know it's gonna be some shenanigans, right? Like we just know that. It's obvious, right? But anyway, I don't like that layer with Gunther, but I do like what Cody and Sami Zayn is doing. I think they got a good feud. The bloodline with Jacob is intriguing. I mean, I want to see where it goes. It's already kind of weird just because of the way that they started with how he was like, oh, he don't acknowledge Jey Uso. It's like he came into the bloodline with like some animosity towards Jey Uso. That's kind of weird, man. But again, I am intrigued. It's just I don't know. I just feel like they are really planting some seeds in this bloodline story, right? Because I know a lot of people didn't want to see this bloodline 2.0, 3.0, or whatever version we on right now. I can't keep up, but a lot of people didn't want to see it, right? But I can tell y'all, like they are planting some seeds, and you can just tell they're trying to go in a different direction this time. So I'm intrigued, and I hope I ain't gonna say I hope that eventually it's gonna go in a direction and the payoff that is going to go in a direction that we like, and the payoff is going to be worthwhile, and then everybody is going to understand why they did what they're doing, right? So anyway, one can only hope. So we need to do something with Royce Keys, man. WWE, do not fumble Royce Keys. He has way too much potential. Me personally, I think he should be somebody's bodyguard. I think he should be a bad guy, right? He should be a heel, right? Not a face. Like I just don't like the way they're booking him right now. I think they're trying to make him a teddy bear, and I just don't do that with this man. Like this man is a beast. Make him somebody's bodyguard. Big E did it, right? Drew McIntyre came back as a bodyguard, right? He was Dolph Ziggler's bodyguard, right? Big E was Dolph Ziggler's bodyguard. Both of them were Dolph Ziggler's bodyguard at one point. China, right? Like Psycho Sid Vicious. He was a bodyguard at one point, right? So there's a lot of great WWE superstars over time who started off as a bodyguard and then they pivoted, right? But you can really build something with them as a bodyguard. So, but if he ain't gonna be a bodyguard, he can be a bad guy, he can be a heel, be an asshole, just come out here just kicking ass, right? Like whatever, man. Like I just don't understand like the direction right now with this guy. And I feel like if they don't do something different, they're gonna fumble the bag. They're gonna end up cutting him too. And it's just like I hate seeing these people get cut when you know damn well there is WWE storytelling decisions they making with the characters and the storylines that they giving these people that suck, and then they end up cutting the talent, right? So anyway, I don't want to see that happen to Royce Keys. He got too much potential. Johnny Gargano, yo, this storyline is so buns, yo. This storyline is trash. Yo, do something with this man. Do something with him because this is so dumb. Seeing this man laying around, like who the hell came up with this storyline? And we've been doing this way too long, man. That's all I'm gonna say about that. It's buns. Get rid of it. And then the luchas are so underappreciated on the big brand. Okay, AAA, that's great. I'm glad they acquired AAA. But the luchadors, man, the WWE universe on the big brands, I'm talking Raw, I'm talking SmackDown, they do not appreciate the luchadors the way that they should. Right? Okay, of course they love Penta, right? They love Rey Mysterio. They love Dominique, Dirty Dom. But it ain't about their skills that cause everybody to love them. Rey Mysterio, he's different because back in the day, right? He been doing it for such a long time, right? There's so much legacy with him. But like Dirty Dom, Penta, it's more about their characters, the way that they connect with the crowd or don't connect, right? As far as like, because Dom was just he was so far on one end of the spectrum as far as like the heat and the hatred towards him, where it kind of like, he just grew on people, right? And so people hated him so much. He was so polarizing. Even though he didn't even try to be polarizing, he was so polarizing. And that's why people, why he's such a major star at this time. And then Penta just got so much riz. Like the people just love Penta, right? The way he come out, do his little strut, right? But it ain't the skill of these wrestlers, of these luchadors that make the WWE universe love them so much, man. It's the way that they connect. It's the riz, right? It's the way that they connect. It's the swag. It's all that, right? Whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? But the WWE universe on a big brand, they do not appreciate the skill of these superstars, and it's so disappointing because I do, right? And I know a lot of y'all out there do, right? But I hate that the fans just be so dead when they come out and just like they barely react, man. So WWE, you need to take note of that, right? And then and do something different. I don't know what the hell to do. Again, you got AAA. Maybe just have the luchadors spend more time there. I don't know, whatever. Put them in some better stories. If you're gonna feature them on the big brands, put them in some better stories. I don't know what the hell y'all gonna do, but I just hate to see that they don't be getting the love that I feel that they should get, man. So anyway, overall, I feel like this show was mid. What do y'all think? Let me know in the comments.